so that when you decide to believe me, it's already taken care of. This is a forecast. Jesus taking on our sin so we could take on his life. Do you understand that? By his stripes, we are healed. Remember? So in a contagious world, we learn to keep our distance. And that's why church is so cold to some people. We have a lot of people in church, a lot of people in our society that have mental issues. You got to be careful of who you talk to, who you allow to look in your purse while you're sitting in church. Amen. You might not want to tell everybody where you go to get your nails done or where you go to get your hair done, because now they know where to go look for you again. We live in a contagious world. And in a contagious world, we learn to keep our distance. If we get too close to people who are suffering, maybe we'll get infected by their pain. Some of you are Jerry Springer freaks. You just record that stuff every day. So everybody you meet, you want to fight, because that's just how you fix it on Jerry Springer. You're only going to talk a few minutes. So what you say? Nothing. What you just... There are shows and things that you make sure that you record, and you think that it's giving you some wisdom. You think it's giving you some knowledge. It's actually giving you an infection. You don't even know how to have a conversation based on anything like trust, because what you see is what you get. And in the world, let's show the ugly part of it. It may not be convenient, it may not be comfortable, but only when you get close enough to catch people's hurt, or they get close enough to catch your love. I've learned to get close enough to catch people's hurt. And I just trust that they'll get close enough to catch my love. Sometimes we want everybody to love us. But man, if you throw a punch, you gotta take one. That's the law of fighting. It's not a fight if you're the only one throwing punches. Sometimes you get hit with a punch to learn where to put your guard up, but you got to get yours in. And sometimes I got to get your hurt in order for you to get my love. You got to do something that's just going to make me cry, break me down in order for me to get you something to you that's going to make you smile. And sometimes if I can treat you good after you've treated me so bad, maybe you will understand that being treated bad does not mean that you have to turn bad. Did y'all get what I'm saying to you? Most people, I'm just looking for love. I'm just looking for love. I'm looking for love. Looking for love. Looking for love. Looking for love. Maybe if you look for hurt, then at the end of it, you'll see love is there. But love is attached to that hurt. And because you keep avoiding hurt, you never reach love. Jesus didn't call his followers to live in quarantine. Okay? I want all of you that are coming to me, he says, to move away and be by yourselves. No, he called his followers to be a kind of a hospital. Imagine this hospital where doctors say, woo, go home from work. It's been a great day today. It's been a great day today. Had a very successful day. I wasn't infected at all. My patients were loaded with filthy germs. But I kept every one of those sick jokers that came into my office outside. They may be dying, but at least I didn't catch what they had. I did not get infected. I kept all of my patients outside. What if you went to your doctor tomorrow, coughing, sneezing, and he go, hey, you got to get rid of that before you come in here? No, I'm serious. You go to the doctor tomorrow, and the doctor's standing at the door. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Huh? Stick out your tongue. Stick out your tongue. How many of you have been to the doctor and say, man, he came in there and didn't even touch me. He just asked me 2 questions and left. See, that doctor been sick before. I ain't bothering you. Cough. Here, take this. Holler at you. Do you know that that's how some Christians live? You want to live in quarantine. You want things to get by. You want to be involved with God's plan, but you don't want to get involved with the people that God's planning to use. Look at somebody right now and tell them, we're a growing church. See, we've been here before as a church, but as I've become wiser now, I've understood that sometimes we minister to people who wanted a good preacher and a good church, but they didn't want to be a good service to a good God. It all stopped with how good church was. It ended when you had to become effective. Preacher, fill up the church. Jesus said, you have an effect on people, and I'll fill up heaven. I don't know how many of you, has anyone in here really quick ever been into a place where, I remember when we started getting ready to open up the deep, I was saying to them, now y'all have to move certain things back because, you know, when you have children and stuff in, they bump stuff and stuff may fall over and break. Have you ever been in a store where they had these little fragile little crystal things, or some of them are hand lock cases, but they have these little gold things, or I call them crystal, I don't know, little things. I can't think of a word now. Somebody help me, Jesus. Trinkets, whatever they are. So you walk through and you don't know, watch this, you don't know, how can I say this? You don't know that when you turn, you brush stuff. I'm sorry. I know what I'm trying to, that's not a good example. But have you ever been over and you didn't know that you were doing that? Anybody you ever reached over something, oh, shoots. And so you go in the store and just all behind you stuff is just broken and you don't know. And so people say, you breaker, you payer, like that. And so you bring your children in the store and the little children start playing with stuff and dropping it. And they're breaking it. And so eventually you realize that you're in a shop and everything you touch is fragile. Are y'all listening to me? And everything that you touch falls and gets broken. Every day, you and I walk through God's gift shop. Every day, we brush up against objects that are of incredible worth to Him. Can I tell you what those objects are? Write this down. People. Write it down. See, that was a point in my life when everybody was okay with me until I started having an effect on people. Because those are God's most valuable tools or objects in His shop. You have incalculable worth. We can't put a worth on you. I had a meeting with my team the other week just to talk about how people matter. You're going to be very ignorant if you try to limit this to a person. People. You're in His gift shop. Repeat after me. I am in His shop. And I bump into people. Every one of these people carry a price tag. Look at the person next to you. Look at them. If you're in the shop with them, they carry a price tag. We can't see it. But boy, if you could see how valuable that person was next to you. I'm not talking about now. I'm talking about 2 weeks from now. See, right now they could be on sale. They could be cheap. No. But if I buy it and put a different tag on it, I'm taking it into a different market. See, if I buy you in a dollar store, but take you to Macy's, people that don't go to the dollar store for another dollar, they will look at that dollar thing and go, $27? Woo, what is it? It must be unusual. They spend a lot on it because whoever purchased it put a different value on it. I'm not going to try to preach this because I'll keep you here to tomorrow night. But there are people sitting next to you right now. You've got the audacity. And most of you forgot that you got picked up when you were on a rummage sale. You were in the garage phase of your life. Who picked you up? Who dusted you off? Who found value in you? Who repainted you? Who relabeled you? And who put you in God's shop? I'm going to say something to you about me, and it's okay now. Some things I've been saying I don't care anymore. I don't really care about. See, I stopped trying to explain people who don't understand my value. But you don't even get a chance to bid on me because I've already been bought. What some people are doing now, they're trying to figure out, how could a guy who came from so low be worth so much? And I've heard people say, I think he forgot where he came from. I sure have, and I wish you would. Do you know what I came from? I came from a dumpster. I came from a slum. I came from a trash. I came from hurt. I came from sickness. I came from disease. I came from heartbreak. I'm trying my best to forget that, and I wish you would. I don't owe you any apologies for God rescuing me. I don't owe you any explanation for God flipping the tag, rewriting my value. He no longer calls me cheap. He has me on a shelf called valuable now. You ought to check out my appraisal now. You ought to check out my appraisal now.